Yo, what is going on, G2 fam? Andre Money back here at again with another video, and today I'll be going over two pairs that I took a trade on with my students live on Pace Perfect Cup with all my Pace Perfect Cup members. Two trades that I took was Euro UD and GBP UD. Now, before we go ahead and get started, make sure to click that like button down below and comment for any questions that you have throughout the video. And also, don't forget to click the link in the description to be part of my live sessions and take this sniper trades alongside me and be catching the bag as well. So let's go ahead and get started today. So Euro UD, as you can see, we got it for that long position. We had zero drawdown. Well, not gonna lie, around two to three pips drawdown, but that was it. Currently, the trade right now is already running break even. So we're already in break even. So therefore, Euro UD, the reason why I got in for a buy, take a look at the daily time frame here. So just breaking it down from the daily time frame, we can see how on the daily time frame prior, market had created its impulse to the upside, which was this big imbalance. After this big imbalance, what did the market do? Retrace it down to fill in that imbalance as always to come and test its last candle, which was its bearish accumulation price candle right here. Market came, tested it, got me rejected it to the upside once more to come back down and fill in this empty gap that we left behind in the daily / 4-hour time frame, which is that liquidity area, that empty gap in the market. Every time that we have an empty gap in the market, what does market tend to do? It tends to come back and fill in that gap. And every time that gap is filled in, market continues its direction once again to the upside. Market came down, fill in that empty gap, which came and also cloud the sell-side liquidity that we had left in this area right there. All this wicks, that sell-side liquidity, where buyers got in for buying positions and moved their stop losses to break even. Market came, stopped those stop losses, filled in the empty gap, and pushed back up to come back down in this area, where we currently got in for that buy position on our 4-hour accumulation or price candle that we could see right here. So this is our 4-hour accumulation price candle, which is our last bearish candle that we left behind before the push up, breaking structure here, which broke this old high. So since we broke that old high, that gave me confirmation the market was going to continue spiking. But before I even was going to go ahead and do that, we had to come back down and test into the accumulation price candle on the 4-hour time frame, which was also a good fib level on the 1-hour time frame. If we do mark the fib from the 1 hour or start to another impulse, we went and marked that fib from the start of this impulse to another impulse, which was up here. And we were just waiting for market to come down and retrace into that accumulation price candle. We came into it, and that's where we got in for the buy, right in this area. We got in a little bit late. We just chased it for like around a couple pips. So we had no drawdown at all. After that, instant profit to the upside. Our first take profit, we do have it right on this buy sell liquidity that we have in this area. Because once we clear this buy sell liquidity, well, market's going to continue pushing higher to fill in this empty imbalance that we leave behind, which is right here, and potentially come and test its accumulation price candle in this area to make a new reversal, a new correction in the market. Now, if it comes at this test as accumulation price candle, it doesn't necessarily mean the market's going to now start spiking all the way down to create a new structure to the downside. All it means is that's going to just create that retracement, that correction to the downside. Since we are going to be clearing out buy sell liquidity, market always going to tend to correct itself to the downside before we see another drastic push back up. So that's what we're waiting for there, to come into that area, secure some partials, or maybe just move the trade once I get to break even or stop profit. For our first take profit, we do have it right here on this old high, which is around, I think it's like 110 pips, if I'm not incorrect. Yeah, 110 pips for the first take profit. In our second take profit, we do have a base of our 4-hour time frame, which is to cloud the liquidity, the buy sell liquidity that we left right in this area that you guys could see right here. I'm gonna just point it out for you guys real quick. Right over here, this buy sell liquidity, because that was an overbought area where we traders got in for buying positions. I guess could see right here under RSI, it was overbought about 70. So that's where retail traders get in for buys. So when for sales, my bad, for sales. They get in for sales because they see that's overbought. So on an institutional aspect, what's going to happen? Well, institutional markets are going to allow the banks, the retail traders, to get in for shorts and be in profits. So that way they could be accumulating their stop losses and their entry prices. Once that happens, well, market's now going to start making a drastic push to the upside to come and clear out the stops in this area. Once the stops are cleared right here, well, we can now start seeing a new push down. But obviously, overall, we're going to be seeing that buy pressure scenario from institutional banks coming to the upside to clear out stops there and close the stops that we have right here in this old high, and stops on this buy sell liquidity as well. And that's what we got in for that buy position on Euro UD. Pretty simple trade, pretty simple setup, and pretty simple self-explanatory for Euro UD. Currently right now, we are up and running around 40 pips or 30 pips. Yep, 41 pips in profits right now as we speak for Euro UD. Now, the other pair that we got in for a buy is GPUD. Actually, GPUD, you guys could still get in. If you are to see this video, whenever you guys see it, you guys could actually still get in for Euro UD, GPUD for the longs. The reason we're getting for longs here, I mean, as mentioned prior weeks, I have been mentioning this a lot. The market was going to come first and clear out my buy sell liquidity that we left from this false head and shoulders pattern. Because this right here is where retail traders got in for selling positions on what? The right shoulder. So therefore, this is where retail traders have their stop loss accumulated. As you can see, market did a spike to the upside right here where we left this long wick, cloud stops, and we had the reaction down to create the retracement back down before the next push to the upside. So that being confirmed, right now in lower time frames, we're just going to start looking for new entries on long positions. So we came to the forward time frame here. On the forward time frame, we saw how we broke above this equal highs on the forward time frame, this buy sell liquidity. Since we saw that we broke those equal highs that buy sell liquidity, that gave an indication the market had to have some sort of accumulation of price candle in a lower time frame, because we also have this imbalance on the 1 hour time frame. So right here on the 1 hour time frame, we could see how we have this 1 hour imbalance area. So what we went ahead and did is that we marked our fib retracement from our start of the impulse to the end of the impulse, right there. And we waited for that retracement to come down into our 705.79 fib level, which was actually the opening of the 1 hour accumulation of price candle. As you can see, we came exactly into that 79 and got rejected from this candle. And this right here is where we got in for the buy. I mean, currently right now we are in profits, like I'll say like 5 pips. Yeah, we're running 5 pips in profit. And we did come lower to the 15-minute time frame here to have that entry. That we also had confirmation the market had came and cloud this sell side liquidity. Let me just delete this and this so it doesn't look that messy. To cloud this sell side liquidity right here, which market did come and cloud the sell side liquidity, and this candle cloud the sell side liquidity and tested into our 15-minute accumulation of price candle opening and create that impulse to the upside. So GPUD should continue being bullish, because also we take a look at the weekly time frame. We could still see that the weekly time frame, we still have a lot to go to the upside to come and fill in this weekly end balance and potentially testing our weekly accumulation of price candle right there. So GPUD, we are also longing, currently up and running 40% profits for Euro AUD, and GPUD, we're in profits around 5 pips at the moment. So I mean, with that being said, those are the only 2 pairs I'm taking a look at for tonight's London session. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please go ahead and smash the like button, and don't forget to click the link in the description to join my live training sessions alongside with all my Profit Club students. With that being said, everybody have a great day and happy trading to y'all.